My name is Oliso Mate. I prefer Mate. Can't be bothered to come and say the H word, the H part of the word. I was born 28th of August 1965 in Kitwe, Zambia. So what? Born. My mother and father lived there for a while, and then my father was killed in a car accident when I was 3, and so I was forced to go to where my maternal grandparents were, which was then Rhodesia, modern day Zimbabwe. I don't really want to go into too much detail, but just, rejoined my mother in Eswatini, then Swaziland, and that was myself and my younger sister, Zanella. Okay. Went to a boarding school, St. Michael's. I can't recall the name of the city in Swaziland that we lived in. It wasn't the capital in Mbabane. It was the next town, the next most populated town. Okay, right. Okay, I was born. I wasn't really even aware of it, but I was born an end-time prophet. Okay, I was born a Messiah. I was born a reincarnation then of ancient Nubian goddess Oset, who's popularly known by her Greek name Isis. Okay, consort of Osiris, popularly known as Osiris, and royal mother of Horu, Horus in Greek. Okay, right. This Oset Horu story is really the basis of the whole Jesus story in the Bible. So I'm sorry, I just have to say, make it plain. Jesus never existed. So it's as if they so whoever constructed the New Testament, the Bible, whatever, looked at this Oset story and possibly just picked various bits that may be true and not true, and constructed Jesus. Guess what, people? I don't mean no disrespect. I don't have time to come and discuss that. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. So living in Swaziland now, Eswatini. Good God. My mother married the most ugliest white man on the planet, Brian Herworth. Hurworth. There's a road in Harare called Herworth Road. There is a region of northern England, or just a little bit up north near Newcastle or whatever, which is called, Herworth on Tees or something like that. I don't know for sure, but it's as if that this Herworth guy was an informant, and that he was a distant relative of the British royal family, and so, God, and so, ugliest man on the planet as far as I was concerned. And he was part of, so Brian Herworth, his brother worked in MI5, MI6, so they're stationed in, good God, Rhodesia, and I don't know the reality of this, but it's as if, his brother, being a member of the secret services, approached, I can't remember the name of the brother, approached Brian, to approach my mother. And the end result, or the preferred outcome of this approaching, or the desired outcome, the design, the agenda was that my mother, that Brian Herworth, date my mother for 2 seconds, marry her, okay, and take her back to England, and with the prospects of, including us, my sister Zanella and myself, Oliso, coming to England. I went by the name of Duduzile and Penelope later, okay, back then. Okay, I'm not saying in a way to be boastful, but I still really don't fully understand it, but it's as if that, oh gosh, I really feel difficult. I find it difficult to really talk about this because I'm not really that boastful. I'm not going to talk about it like that. Gosh. So born a reincarnation of Set, or Set being like a representation, a symbol of the woman of Revelation 12, born with the sun, moon, crowned with many stars, okay, and fought by the great red dragon. So a Set is a portion of that. And the child that she gives birth to, the male child that she gives birth to, is really, is a reincarnation. She would have been a reincarnation of Faru, okay? Right. All right. So that was my spiritual lineage, okay? Oh God, where am I going with this? All right. And so it's as if that people, I'm getting this wrong, but it's as if that possibly both in America and definitely England and Israel, there existed units of these nations that had studied the Bible and were seeking and looking at, possibly the stars, awaiting this birth. Yeah, so in fact, it just can't have been Israel, it must have been Ethiopia as well. Yeah, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, okay? So the Bible talks about something like a great star appeared and a woman was born, or something like a star, appeared and a woman was born. So this is Revelation. And so, so when that star was found, oh God, yeah. I don't know how to say this. Okay, I'm going to just use the word rumors. Yeah, rumors that when I'm drawn to the idea that it's the Ethiopian church, when the good God, saw the star. They sought to grab a hold of it. It's as if they have these powers and these. They sought to grab a hold of it, and my star fought, being captured, fought being captivated, fought being compromised, and kept leaping out and leaping out. Leaping out and leaping out. Out of the clutches of these hierarchy of the Ethiopian church. There's a close relationship between the Ethiopian church, because whilst it espouses Christianity, it's very rooted in Judaism, okay? Very rooted in Judaism. And so little things I'm going to use the word rumors, but rumors is not the correct word. But the Ethiopian church has affiliations with quite prominent Jews, so even the Rothschild, the Wallenbergs, and the British royal family. And again, I don't know for a fact, but it's as if there was a character living in Southern Africa, possibly having a home both in South Africa and Rhodesia then, who was made aware of my existence. And this character being Sir Peter Wallenberg Jr. and Sir Peter Wallenberg Jr. Being the highest, good God, highest what? the highest Satanist, highest configuration of Satan on earth, They talk about how, this is from somebody else again, they talk about, just, good God, like you have certain individuals who are a Satanist, and only possibly their spirit is, 20% Satan, and the rest is allowed to be human. This Sir Peter Wallenberg is possibly, was, maybe from birth, was, long story, was groomed, developed to operate a spirit of high Satan. Therefore, we're talking about 90% his spirit was just infiltrated, was Satan. Conversations with whatever, Satan drinking blood, the works, eating human flesh, the works, bludgeoning, the works. He was 90%, if not more, an embodiment of Satan. An embodiment of Satan, the spirit of Satan. And as you say, 9% human. And so he was possibly given this information about my existence, okay? And again, when I've prayed, when I've kind of had a manifestation, what's a manifestation? A manifestation is just like, it's just really, I call it a manifestation, but there can be similar processes, similar procedures, similar experiences to that which I call a manifestation in possibly mediums and clairvoyance and sangomas and all of that lot, when they channel, So it's as if, when they channel a personality, channel information, whatever it is. So it's as if I have these kind of experiences, similar experiences. And so what? Gosh. So yes, so Peter, high Satanist, told, guess what, I don't know. I really am going to say, I don't know whether he was told about me by the Ethiopian church, or whether his satanic anointing picked up my light. But really, just really that at the bottom of the line, the Wallenbergs are Swedish. It's a Swedish, industrial family, banking, diplomats, military, I think, manufacturing, blah 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 blah, and all that goes. Just do your own research about the Wallenbergs. So they go back a couple of centuries, and so Again, they're distant relatives of the banking family, of the European German Jew banking family, Rothschild. And so, so this Sir Peter Wallenberg, that, a representative of Satan on earth and the highest representation of Satan on earth, is possibly either given information or sees my light. I'm drawn to the idea, no. There's no way he's seeing my light. No. Guess what, people? I haven't got a clue. I have not a definitive clue. But let's just say that, in 1969, the UN is made aware of my existence, and I am monitored, and occult power is employed. Occult power that is, I'll be honest, I don't fully know, but it's been described to me as something similar to divination. So divination, to the best of my understanding, is, how do I do this? It's like somebody having a bowl of water and being able to see a particular character, and hear them, so sees them and hear them, possibly. Really, divination is possibly just really all about seeing a character. But the UN have greater powers. Not only are they able to employ spiritual power to see what you see and do, hear what you say and hear, and to know all that you know, even the conversations between yourself and God. let's say you had such a relationship, so the UN, it's really, has occult ability. I'm told again, it's not told, but it's discernment, is that have revealed that it's possible that this power is got from an occult surveillance apparatus, some kind of occult surveillance apparatus, okay? And so we're talking about I have been the target of UN occult surveillance apparatus since 1969. So that's about 4 years old, So I'm in Africa, the UN just monitor me. And Sir Peter Wallenberg Jr. is the principal individual who just watches me, has access to this information, possibly even this apparatus, and watches me, and he just hides. But I just don't have a clue, So he knows all my thoughts, he hears all that I hear and say, sees all that I see and do, he has that power, spiritual power, and so So 1969, this is what God, through another word, channeling, says to me, or I call it manifestation, okay? And so I've been the target of the UN since I was, possibly, oh good God, help me, 66, 67, 68, since I was 4 years old, since I was 4 years old. And in 1969, I'm living in Rhodesia, and again, I'm drawn to the idea that this Sir Peter Wallenberg Jr., and he likes to go about, he's not Sir Peter Wallenberg Jr., he's Peter Wallenberg Jr., but it's as if he employs a title, buys a title, an English title, and people make reference to him as Sir Peter. Okay, so so he lives in South Africa, lives in Rhodesia, and let's say he's able to see me. So I'm drawn to the idea that so he doesn't necessarily just monitor me in the spiritual realm on account of this, possibly again, on account of this power available through an occult surveillance apparatus, maybe connected to the UN or whatever. I'm drawn to the idea that he even makes effort to try to see me, physically see me, and maybe even employs, elements of, I don't know, but it was as if the British government, MI6, and so this is how the Howarths get to know about me, and this ugly man, Brian Howarth, marries my mother, okay, and Brian Howarth, possibly, again, I literally just could be wrong, okay, some of the things that I say out of a bitterness, out of an anger, out of revenge, out of spite, out of a meanness in me. So basically, it would seem that this Brian Howarth married my mother on the 1st of September, and on the 2nd of September, quietly, unbeknown to her, this is what came through, that kind of comes through me. So the marriage on the 1st of September, on the 2nd of September, he quietly annuls the marriage. But on the Friday, let's just say, let's say the 1st of September was a Monday. On the Friday, the 5th of September, they go on a honeymoon, and my mother is not, this is what comes to me. I don't know, this is what I'm drawn to. This is the kind of information that I'm drawn to. This is the kind of, I can't quite fully explain. So on the Friday, the 5th of September, they go on a honeymoon. And my mother is unaware that this man has no love for her. It's like I said, I looked at the relationship, there was just really no love. They didn't really hold hands, they didn't necessarily hug. I didn't see him bring flowers to her, No, it was empty. It was devoid of genuine full care. Ouch. It was functional. And again, what I'm drawn to is that that this Brian Howarth, a UK informant and a distant relative of the British royal family. I'm told that he is a distant relative, he's great, something, was a child of Queen Victoria. So that's, so he's one of the many children, he's many children of Queen Victoria, So yeah, gosh, what? Is this Brian Herworth is of looks white, but actually he's of Jewish extraction. Yeah, and as an informant, he's part of an inner circle of individuals that have access to the British royal family. It's really nearly like the film Kingsman, just very a secret society, a secret services within a secret service within a secret service, yeah. And so and so really the only reason this Brian Herworth married my mother was because this Peter, this satanic figure, this Sir Peter, is aware that I'm born an end-time prophet, born a Messiah. Yeah. Maybe he even just knows that I'm that woman of the Bible, Revelation 12. Yeah, as a Satanist, as a Satan figure. Yeah, and so all Brian Herworth is about is. I don't really care for you, black woman. Yeah. I'm more vulgar than these people. I have to say that, more vulgar, more rude, more obnoxious, more of a real CUNT. Yeah, when I speak. And so he really has no care. He's gay, yeah. Has no feelings for women per se, but he's I wouldn't say an employee. So he's he's known to the Wallenbergs, it's all about literally just really latent, indirect and covert human trafficking, in which both my sisters and myself are taken out of. Oh yeah, we're not allowed to have Africans in Africa. If you're anointed and you have a Messiah mantle, as far as I've got to say, people have to just lay it straight. As far as white people are concerned, as far as Jewish people are concerned, not my language. They believe this anointing belongs naturally to the white man and most definitely the Jew. Yeah. Okay, if you're, oh, good God, yeah, yeah, it's just so. Take her out of Africa, bring her to England. Yeah, England is not the belly of the beast, but rather back then, and I'm sure drawn to the idea that even now, to a certain degree now, but I'm told America's now developing this arm, is once operated or still operates as the brains of Satan. And so yeah. And so I'm just drawn to the fact that, this is quite hard, yeah. And so we're really happy, so it's like even when, we left in 1973, so we hounded secretly, nobody knows, and we land in England, human trafficking, latent, indirect and covert human trafficking. We land Gatwick, 28th of August, 1973. Even the journey from Eswatini now Eswatini, then Swaziland, again, I'm not too sure, but I'm drawn to the idea that BA was involved. It was bizarre. We were given, is it your birthday? I thought somebody asked, is it your birthday? And I remember definitely it was the 28th, and slow. And so we had, like a birthday, we're given cakes, soda, as American would say, biscuits. We had these two seats just to ourselves. British air hostesses, entertained us. Can you imagine? Never in my life of traveling have I seen that. Never. But yeah, so we had the special treatment. England's going to be just absolutely fantastic. For these. Okay. For these black children, let me be nice. And so, so we think, so that's what we think, because, we get cakes, we eat cake, we have biscuits, we have soda. My sister even vomited, but, it's all good. Nobody kind of complained or shouted at her. Everybody, all the air hostesses were really nice. I mean, even the pilot, so the pilot tells everybody on the plane that, there's some birthday celebration, of these two children, and even comes out to come and greet us, greet myself and my sister. We didn't speak a word of English, or very little English. No, hello. I think hello, and that's it. And so we spoke Swazi. There's something. Born. So yeah, so, yeah. So Brian Hertworth, lived in Wales at the time. Later moved up north, but I can't even say necessarily prayer or discernment or something, whatever, or just this channeling slash manifestation that he's able to bring a file to the Queen, reporting on myself and my sister and Zanella, to the British. I mean, we're not talking about Brian Hertworth, yeah. So this is my stepfather, ugliest man on the planet. So he's not just giving it to MI5 or MI6. They're like secret within a secret within a secret. He doesn't even have to. He can make an appointment with the Queen and give a specific file, reporting the three of us to the Queen. Okay, and the British royal family and the Queen in particular also has the same powers as Sir Peter. So the Queen can see all that we see, hear all that we hear and say, see all that we see and do, and knows all that whatever brain activity is happening. So that which I'm describing, this monitoring, is very similar to if you watch the film called Being John Malkovich, where, good God, John Cusack and his girlfriend, please let me help. Yeah, I think it is that. Open and go into an office, open a drawer, and they just see a man showering. They see his feet, and then he looks in the mirror and it's John Malkovich, and they're like, gosh, it's John Malkovich. So they see John Malkovich. So they can see John Malkovich looking in the mirror at himself. And they can hear John Malkovich talking to a friend, girlfriend over the phone. Yeah, so so Being John Malkovich describes this this occult surveillance apparatus power. Okay, that film describes it. And there's another film similar. I can't remember the name of it, and it involves and it's similar to. It features Will Ferrell and Emma Thompson. It's of the similar thing. Yeah. Okay. And so yeah, that's it. And so oh gosh, yeah. So we end up in England. God, end up going to school. Don't know a word of English. In the first 2 days of school, I'm taught how to swear. So it's like I do 2 fingers to people, total strangers. Yeah. So yeah. And in England, I'm no longer Duduzi Le Mate, but I go by the name Penelope. I go by the name Penny, short for Penelope Hertworth. And my sister Zanella is no longer Zanella Mate, but she then goes by the name. Oh my God! It's hey. Adopts the name Zanella Hertworth. And the irony and the reason that I'm just like, oh hey, is that we're not even informally adopted. So as far as I'm concerned, we should have continued to be, myself, Penelope or Duduzile Mate, or Kolisa, which I am now, which is again, I have like 4 names. And my sister should have continued to be Zanella Mate until we were formally adopted. I'm not Hertworth. Should never have written the name Hertworth. Hey. Hey. Oh, God. I'm sorry, people. I just have to. Oh, good God. Let me talk about an experience when I'm 3 years old. Get up. I was kind of like it's as if I was like not miserable child, but I wasn't a jolly child. My sister was a very jolly child. People loved her. Always kind of smiling, chirpy. I was kind of like a quiet, nearly, I don't think I was necessarily weepy, but just kind of quiet and nonchalant. And I remember being in bed one time in Kitwe, Zambia, and in the spiritual realm, literally at 3 years old, I see the most ferocious. So it can't be 69. It's the most ferocious crocodile in the spiritual realm. So I'm sitting on my bed, and it's as if my spiritual eyes are open to the most ferocious crocodile seeking to devour me, vicious. But it's in the spirit, and as I just cried to my mother to come collect me, and it's just big, and it's big, and just look at you, vicious, just like pacing the room, just looking as if to jump on my bed, and just in the spiritual realm, and it's as if this crocodile was seeking to become real, and if it became real, it would have devoured me whole, and so and I'm drawn to that experience contributing to my real father, Mate, getting into a car accident and dying. And I'm told that even prior to the car accident that he had been in, my mother, that he had been in another car accident, I'll say no more, that had a fatality, upon which, so I'm told I met Kawunda. My hair just didn't grow, just had a round, dull looking face, and my hair didn't grow. I wasn't necessarily fat. I love fat children, but I wasn't. I was just medium, Yeah. Yeah, let's see. So, yeah.